demonstration course so Emma minority leader for how propose ni bi cross to throw ama ne asem na kodi opposite for nsem a ya chro krata ma speaker so onyi nimra na omra na free so wom eye enyi nsem bia no mabitio.
Yes, I think that removal of CJ, nothing has happened. I did be anywhere see. The air caution is just a tsunami in a teacup. Some individuals try to make it look like some upstage BS. The whole focus of this country should be shifted to what is going on. So for me, I think the air caution ye de hunwa sabi nyansa biya nim. And my culture that I say the MPP as a political party, abaye a sinking enterprise. On the downward spiral. Had the ekosuna anything bia ekoswa mfaso nisu bia no na obohu se na omakwa akodi akire, because so far the process to remove Chief Justice no nye ade a obeka se obi afom mmara bia na say the constitutional provision as outlined in the 1992 constitution, there has been any way bia obi ayabuso, because processes has been outlined. So you person remove Chief Justice free why and anya there any say because constitutional framework not taught it why say a time will come somebody may become a Chief Justice and may decide to go wayward and I become a rogue agent or did the very sacred institution of judiciary and unti and that window was created in an event such a thing happen. This is the avenue that has been given to us as people. Now you can remedy the situation. So it's a constitutional framework. Our constitutional framework is not taught it twice. And now that process has been activated. It's not the first time such processes have been activated. Because in recent times, what happened to your friend is Madame Charlotte Osei as AC boss. The same process was activated. The same thing is a window that was created in the constitution. Akufo-Addo used that particular process based on Nehemiah Ekoso. Till date, even in that petition, Nipo or this petition, there will be a nimno, but Charlotte Osei was removed. Abra announce an investigation or the report echoye. President Akufo-Addo suspended 4 judges. Yedi assembly no pamo munyina because of issues of corruption. President John Mahama and the MPP 14 the council. Aya mami Afenyo Loretta, Afenyo Lamte, our Afenyo Shraj boss. She was appointed by Professor Mills. Another umbrella one other Richard Niyama in the MPP submitted a petition in 2016 to President Mahama. Abra committee ni ye na juma nyina hu say Mahama no nsem no mo kafa no eye no kre no, the woman was removed. So activating such a constitutional provision to remove somebody from office is not something a been see that mama about 4 instances. Yes. But the mere fact of being a Chief Justice doesn't mean also Changana. No, the Chief Justice, just like any other person, working for the people of this country. So at any point in time, if Nema Oyeno is in direct contravention with established rules of engagement, you will need to suffer the consequences. As at now, nobody has. Obian who are Chief Justice a free ho. But the Nema MPP for ya, they are making it look like they have a particular interest in the CJ now, because President Mahama by and Rana Mekani baby said individuals of Molusu or Mojuma Yeni Paketwa. Yeah. Oko, your friend is saying, Confanochia, CEO no, say Omoinedi. Yeah. Oko Tamala, CEO no honor, and several other individuals, high-profile individuals are more loose or more because of change of government. Why are they not protesting? Why are they not saying, say, these people are being hounded out? Why are they not challenging? But particular interest is placed on Chief Justice. Then it goes to affirm in some amount for a cancer. Ma'ameno, Obia, modern be see her, seven of protective interest. You are only affirming that particular fact because as it stands now, processes not as ya go through now no emudia wo hen na fo memra a petition na obi submitted ya kono Council of State air petition num na president take a decision na e constitution say all the right to do which aspect omo ye demonstration no udi omo china bi say omo say demonstration nsem na omo kan nyina no what constitutional infraction and a premised on nobody will be able to tell you anything sensible. Nothing sensible will be able to. They will tell you say be a way provision when a president na abuso is the reason why Abrante and Tam and some of the court because that particular suit was a foolish suit because president in exercising his executive functions as outlined in the constitution, no court can stop the president. So when I had a ruling and not say 3-2 no may came a ruling now but how the two dissented because it doesn't make sense because Niama Nana Ekosono no process. Constitution they say president a receive petitioner unforwarded to Council of State. There is nowhere in the constitution that says at that point, the Chief Justice must be given a hearing. Constitution, who go further say committee ni set up as a principle of natural justice, edited, the accused must be heard. That one has been written in the constitution. Say you set up a committee and the Chief Justice must be heard either in person or by a lawyer.
Okay.
But at the early stages, that process is not an adversarial process. Any adverse finding can be advanced against the Chief Justice. And you just says petitioner doesn't meet the threshold a petition. Okay. Is it competent enough? It is not an adjudicatory body. I'll go into the merit of the issue. So at that point, so when the Chief Justice on the side of the matter per the constitution, we don't breach any law. What I say, but the president thought it wise. At this point, you let me give her a hearing, and the woman was given a fair hearing. Council of State at an issue, so near conclude say. And some at this point, there is merit. We can't just brush it. And then the constitution, that article now, whenever a committee is set up, president have a discretionary power to exercise, and that discretionary power is either to allow the Chief Justice to stay or allow the Chief Justice to suspend the Chief Justice. That provision, and we a Ghana Bar Association. Now, when a winning member now be cancer and same way when I say, Ode, Winyan Sabato in China, wabe speak to emotion, raw emotions, as a binyansa anima. People will question you. Say, Marana, people begin to question your integrity because it is quite clear and outlined the constitution say, President, that power either to exercise or be suspend the Chief Justice, and in this case, why exercise here? What is your problem? So for me, Sankara, there say any of these institutions and any of these parties has been able to premise this whole argument. Oh, President Mahama article we see and you say, but so far this provision has been breached. Nobody will be able to tell you anything sensible apart from the emotional crusade campaign we're embarking on. And then Afenyo Markin, we saw in a video this is a sitting member of parliament assaulting the police officer in uniform. Like I told us, you're an honorable person. Now when I'm Ghana, don't think being just honorable is enough to draw you respect. No, respect is a virtue we earn. We don't demand it. So you cannot force people. And the way a speaker now with the parliament now here, some of your members babon thing. Nasa asuban we no mo bedanedi. Nasa man for treated them with that contempt that they deserve. You cannot hold anybody to come and say, we are inviting you before privileges committee. Because if there is anything privileges committee, this individual should be standing there and be telling parliament why people will go out there and embarrass themselves in the manner that we saw. So for me, I'm expecting the IGP and his team will make sure this particular issue, they don't brush it aside. Because the MPR sort of police officer, now say you let it go, you slide, and nothing happens. At the end of the day, an ordinary people will be assaulting police officers, and in that case, you can act. You understand? We cannot just be creating a lawless country where people think because they empower, they can just do anything and get away with it. In the first place, a demonstration because it's not premised on anything sensible. They've not been able to tell us why they are doing the demonstration. No constitutional provision has been breached. There hasn't been any way breachy way. And what is the basis? But I've always said, demonstration protestations are legitimate constitutional tools among for employed to register their displeasure. Allow them to demonstrate, but Ghana will know them for who they are. But this particular way The guy has crossed his Rubicon. And for me, this is the time for the state to show, say, indeed, some of these things, this nasty occurrence, cannot be allowed to slide. Because at the end of the day, if things like this, where an honorable, so-called honorable person is seen in the video assaulting a police officer, when the police officer is in the uniform, he is not representing himself. He is representing the authority of the state. And this is a minority leader assaulting a police officer. It's a big issue. Oh, exactly. Because and Ghana, we can do the same thing. You understand?
Because now, no, who MP no, your parliamentary duty now.
No.
Parliament is on recess.
Yes, and the police officer has a duty. And I'm saying that these are bunch of your friends, shameless individuals. And the MPP as a political party, 8 million kukudua catcher and say, they care so much about democracy to the extent say we need to save our judiciary. These are a bunch of jokers nobody should take serious.
Thank you, sir.
Were they in this country when Akufo-Addo was taking those silly decisions? Now dented the credibility of our judiciary when the gentleman was packing the court with non-friendly people in the MPP. Where were they? These are a bunch of jokers. I think that we don't even need to waste time on them because say Niamana omo eka hwasemed no happen thousandfold under them. And during that time, we saw massive and flagrant constitutional breaches. For instance, look at how your own friend Domilivo, how he was treated. Nipana ye dia semodino or court ye transema ye friends or retirement and send ye dia semno and several such occurrences happen okruma. What is a Ghana bar situation? Sorry, and suddenly you find your voice. You think people will respect you because you are a lawyer. Hey, come on. You see, suddenly, man, when you meet ignorant people who don't know their left from their right, if you want to be respected, when okasa, you need to prove that indeed you are educated, you are a lawyer, not just because didn't that so keke.
Okay.
What does make?
All right. Me da say yanko yanim na owura dubo kwabra dubo inda eda yoko cells. Yes, I start here what 2020 niama. Minim de odeni phone man de. Ana 7 days na so. Oma you know. Okay. Ti wase enyapade ni bi wono mo a attorney general de abono, but wode ne yiri nyina sa enyapade nyomo de ya. Yenim sa politicians bo enyapade a mo de mo girlfriends mo busuafo. Edi na tutu nti monye lifestyle audit of all their family members. Lifestyle audit. All their family members. Abrabo omo boni sika na there because sometimes dan ni bi wono mo a no mo de amoma mo busuafo so we de asoma si dia ebi no form din ye eti eno no ona bo betrans na fe yenwie wie ni yakọ ebi wase saying wase former okay also no innocent na remonacha and deliberately no was misrepresentation of any distortion of facts and seven back couldn't be so what the about honorable yanko time I can't 5 minutes yanko
okay newo mni say and
omonyi phone in free some
Andra Unicolendi ebisa Godfrey question when to me boy and I see listen to Unicolendi. Show us the clause in Article 146 where it states the timeline for the notifying the Chief Justice that a petition for her removal has been received. Damien to me and Kaushi is a asem ayer kwasiasem. Etiefo. Nia ekosu ni nyina no. One say who share Article 146 subsection 6 subsection 10A. Nia mahama ye ni nyina edemu fua.
Edemu yopo.
Oh, one say mabuma me nya lawyer no but my share that kum.
So shamra.
Yes.
We are formal lawmaker.
146 point 6. Okay, we are now called point 10. Okay, we are now called point 10A. Now we say bibia da hopefe. Inti inde ye bisa MPP for say omumbrambe chire ye bebia Mahama Fum His Excellency efa tokonu ni suspension wa omuntubi nyomeka chire ni say oh na Mahama petete enunti no hesade no mahu MPP for support grassroots ministramu Afenyo Markin omuni menukure no but debi omu dadamu.
Yeah.
Debi omu dadamu. The first minority leader osi police abunu and now no police ni onini Afenyo Markin. Afenyo Markin ka kire Ghana for say onu de se hwin fa ne ho enti no NDC for na bebu nkunta ama Ghana for in 2028 enu nti se asemba ono obetwe ni tan na se NDC for di nechi at the end of the day no na 4 years no na asa enti misramu a Afenyo Markin MPP for don't listen to them. His Excellency is following the Constitution. Say assembly wo His Excellency aye enya MPP for Omunfambra.
Yeah.
In going for third term, we cannot use the judges, the Supreme Court judges, for a president, a sitting president, to go for a third term. You can't use parliament because it is an entrenched clause. And in entrenched clause, you must go for a referendum. Now, sa referendum no MPP for betuaba, NDC for betuaba. And no number yes or no, yes or no. Afenyo Markin when you waiting now.
Yeah.
They do it. Into politics no more yet. Minim ni enti a police ninu entumi a matwa de no. So say edan mfin.
Yeah.
Say one say who disguise who ko rank kodam a ye fa say we akoda. Enye za. Say or the chichi koko for any chichi no dia shanti police ninu wa hu. But Afenyo Markin susu na di kan ana onusu to police ne twade.
Yeah, so far
you wait.
Afenyo Markin claims only any video be our evidence.
But police
video. Police did the video.
That's right.
Our tone is a born.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or
no so admitting it there. Or no the end will need there's no video evidence. Consider all kind of daisy here. I can crash on the call washroom. Not the other just entron kwa. Na mo Afenyo Markin dede we
manga
ako ye vene say. Wako demonstration na police na kobona. Edgar and Sanjo for ko omuni video.
Endre akro ma bu nsentroni nanu Atinka TV omusi oye TV3 ni Ndra me kwa Atinka mafo ho abrante no yegu nu mo journalist su fo su nu mo anka ho fio senka ndisi ena wo bo da se na mo yese na anka ma fa ni
ya bo no afa tape na bade aye hu ye. Okay, ye ko ofake eba na ofake ba oba ni nyina me mo ofake dro ba ko pe aye fosua men powder na fosua men powder no aye natural aye herbal medicine a ye design e bo mema pa mo bigiro mo na so na waka kire bem oba ne se ubedi sika na mo beden ubeda g what you say ti no say powder no ubepe bi no wano nom na libido yes watinka level be kosro na I'll improve your stamina in bed what you say it support your stamina and endurance na boa for early ejaculation obi wano mo akuya asori o wa ma eju dabi we ugu ho ni mo sepa eti fosua aye men powder no ebe boa na watimi adimransem wo pem etika nation in Somebachou Oko Achimota St. John's CFC bus stop close to the EcoBank na on Sabeka Medina Queen Adepa Heba adjacent Medina Old Malcolm on Sabeka be Tema Little George Health Shop Community 5 and so honum Kaswa Fonko Modern Heba same building with Pharma Trust Pharmacy Obom Road honum traffic light in Chim Hodamwa. Eti and also and no fre 0244 017097 and 0246 938543. Fosua man powder and honey Fosua man powder and no better Fosua man powder or hanum. They may catch them.